This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, duck hunters come out in force for the first day of duck shooting season. For those in Invercargill not as keen on hunting, there are some dancing lessons on offer. And a Dunedin couple win a prestigious award for their film about banded dotterels. Tēnā koutou katoa, ngā mihi o te ahiahi nei, kia ora, I'm Simon Anderson. The Dunedin Town Hall was packed with people earlier this afternoon, paying their respects at the funeral of former Dunedin Mayor Dave Cull. Cull died aged 71 at his home on Tuesday, 6 months after being diagnosed with a tumour on his pancreas. The ground floor of the hall was filled with everyone from council staff and police to patched Black Power members. A live stream of the funeral was also available online. And we'll bring you more on the funeral in tomorrow night's bulletin. Saturday marked the start of duck shooting season, with hunters across the south trying to lure ducks flying high in the clear skies down to the firing range. Among the many hunkered down in their mai-mais was Brazilian national Alberto Costa, who, along with his 9-year-old son, has been introduced to the sport by locals.
Gary McNatty lures ducks into firing range for him and his son-in-law Alberto Costa to take a shot at. Originally from Brazil, Costa has been a keen duck shooter for 11 years, ever since his father-in-law showed him how.
Hunt was something I want to do, but I never had the opportunity in Brazil. So when I moved to New Zealand, was good to find someone and show what I have to do, and what I have to look for.
Gary McNatty says he ended up introducing both Costa and Costa's 9-year-old son Leo to the sport of duck hunting.
Well, he seemed to be very interested in guns and shooting, and we brought him out duck shooting, and my daughter bought him a shotgun, and he came out, and I think he might have got a couple of ducks on the first time he came out. And then down the track when Leo was born, he was very keen too. So when Leo turned, how old, Leo, when I gave you the gun?
About 6.
Leo was about 6, so under his dad's strict supervision I gave him a single barrel shotgun, which is very, very safe, and he came out and he had the odd shot.
McNatty's son Dion says they could see Costa's English improve. Each year he visited the mai-mai for hunting and socialising.
When he first started shooting with us, his English wasn't overly good. So we'd sit in the mai-mai trying to talk to each other, and every year it got better and better and better, so we can have full conversations. The
hunters say their sport is also a good way of keeping duck numbers from reaching pest proportions. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Police are advising hunters to stay vigilant about safety after an incident in Alexandra. 2 women received minor shotgun pellet injuries while walking along a track beside the Clutha River on Sunday morning. It's believed a group of people were shooting from a boat on the river. Police say the men responsible spoke to the injured women when they realised what had happened and offered assistance. They left the scene in the boat and have not yet been identified. Police say they would like to speak to the group as soon as possible and also urge any witnesses to come forward. They say anybody handling a firearm should always treat it as loaded. That means always pointing the firearm in a safe direction and checking your firing zone. And as duck shooting season opened, the hundreds of Southland women who became widows for the weekend were invited to try out something different. 2 Invercargill dance instructors offered a taster class for attendees to attempt pole and aerial dancing.
While Southland duck hunters are gearing up for the start of the season, those who are left out at the mai-mai are invited to have a go at pole dancing and aerials. South Pole Dance will be holding a duck shooting widows event this Saturday. Instructor Sania Thompson said they got the idea for the inaugural event after attending something similar a few years ago, and the session was to give people a taster of what they teach.
We often get asked, like, oh, you have so many disciplines, what should I choose? And this is a perfect opportunity for people to try different things without committing themselves too much, and then just choosing what makes their heart sing.
Both she and fellow instructor Marina Collier would teach event-goers skills in pole and chair dance, as well as aerial hoop and silks.
We just figured, why not spend some time with like-minded women and try something fun.
Yeah.
Collier says anyone can participate.
Our aerial hoops, we're able to lower them, so regardless of your fitness level, you're still able to create shapes, and the same with our silks. And we have a beginner's curriculum for poles, so we'll just pick out a few of our favourites there, so then everybody can have a bit of a go.
Thompson says while the majority of their students are female, men are welcome.
Any males want to jump in on board and skip the duck shooting?
Why not? Come along.
Come on in,
She says their classes offer an opportunity for people to try something they may otherwise not be able to.
I think it is definitely trying something new, having fun. It is a great way to exercise, and the best thing about it is that, you know, unlike weightlifting, you actually don't feel like you're exercising when you're doing it, but the following day, you're like, oh yeah.
From Invercargill, the South Today.
A Dunedin filmmaker has won an impressive accolade at the 2021 International Wildlife Film Festival Awards. And the fledgling filmmaker is rapt, saying it could lead to more opportunities.
Dunedin filmmaker Tegan Good got a pleasant surprise recently, leading to an impromptu celebration.
We did have sushi and, and gin and tonics for dinner.
Her reason for celebrating was an email which arrived in the middle of the night from the USA, telling her a short film she'd produced won the Best Short Film category in the 2021 International Wildlife Film Festival Awards. It's the first time in the festival's 44-year history a film outside of the USA has won the award.
Because I was expecting an email about something else, and I was looking at it going, wait, this is an email I was expecting, and then I realised what it was saying. Was just really stoked. Told Tom and celebrated.
Tegan Good has a love for animals and the environment and says the film Nest 38 began as a passion project but managed to attract funding from Outlook for Someday, an organisation who funds all genres of film with a focus on sustainability. The retrospective funding meant people who worked on the film would get paid. She says being an award-winning filmmaker could open further career doors.
It'll be a really good thing to say that I have this almost qualification or thing that can prove that I can make films to a certain quality and a certain standard, so it'll hopefully help with my future projects and getting them done.
The film is about a pair of New Zealand native banded dotterels, also known as small plovers, and their attempt to defy the odds to raise their chicks on Kaikoura Beach.
Every time I opened up my phone, there was another bird death or a chick failing to hatch, or, you know, every time it was cats eating the nest, hedgehogs eating the eggs, a dog attack, humans walking through the nest and destroying it, four-wheel drives. It was just like every single angle.
Tegan Good says anyone can apply for Someday Stories funding, providing their project has a focus on sustainability and the creators are 29 years old or younger. She says Nest 38 has been entered in other festivals, but she's not likely to hear for about a year. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, a group of dedicated athletes get muddy on the Taieri, and we catch up with Dunedin's club rugby scene. Ka kite a koe nei.
smart TV, our favourite babysitter, but it can be tough keeping up with what our tamariki are watching. Luckily, the Broadcasting Standards Authority has made some smart changes to the classification labels. Ooh! Plus changes to the time of day certain rated shows will air, and awesome new parental lock features, meaning your babysitter's job is safe. Find out more at safeviewing.co.nz.
Inside are all sorts of innovations from all over China.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
What have you got? Okay. Chicks World, party time, excellent.
Love it!
Chicks World. Chicks World.
Right.
Nā mai anō, welcome back. Slippery slides and watery trenches were just two of the obstacles entrants faced in the Mud, Sweat and Tears Challenge near Mosgiel. Almost 400 people turned up to Wingatui Racecourse on Sunday to navigate all manner of slides and challenges along the 5-kilometre course, with some choosing to go around a second time. The event is now in its 8th year, and organisers say the sunny weather was ideal for the morning's fun. The club rugby scene is in full swing, with many matches being held over the weekend. The Dunedin club posted its first win, more than doubling Alhambra Union's score on North Ground.
Impressive pushover tries by the Dunedin club rugby team helped seal the fate of the Alhambra Union side. The defeated captain heaping praise on the victorious visiting team.
Yeah, we just couldn't capitalise on opportunities. These boys, credit to them, real menacing on the breakdown as well, and we couldn't keep our ball.
Coming off a defeat last week, Dunedin midfielder and captain Keegan Christian Goss says sometimes it's more about the size of the fight in the dog than the size of the dog in the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've just been lacking a bit of mongrel the last couple of weeks, and we thought we were pretty ruthless through the middle today and really worked hard and took a big step forward.
He says the team managed to finish off well out wide. The final score on a sunny Saturday at North Ground, Dunedin 30, Alhambra Union 12. In Dunedin, the South Today.
The Gore District Council's plans for an almost $4 million footbridge across the Matoda River needs to clear an appeal stage before construction can begin. The cable stay bridge is for cyclists and pedestrians, but will also support pipelines crossing the river as part of the Gore Water Treatment Plant upgrade project. But Gore resident Rodney Bell says he will appeal the decision by the independent panel, which granted resource consent. He says the bridge will be an eyesore, and there is an alternative way of transporting the water across the river with pipes in a trench, which is considerably cheaper. The council says digging a trench in the riverbed would be a very invasive environmental step. Bell is one of 25 submitters to oppose the application. After the break on the South Today, stargazers are impressed with Fiordland and Rakiura Stewart Island, and we take a look at the early week's weather. How long will a fine spell last? Hea koko aki nei.
What have you got? Okay. Chicks World, party time, excellent.
Love it!
Chicks World! Chicks World!
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
Inside are all sorts of innovations from all over China.
Hoki mai anō. The Fiordland tourism industry is welcoming the possibility of being officially recognised as a dark sky park. The area could soon be part of the second largest protected area of dark sky in the world if they're accredited by the International Dark Sky Association. The new move is part of a plan to diversify the economy and attract more people to the region, which has been struggling due to the border closure and the impact of COVID-19. Tourism officials acknowledge it could take some time to get accredited, but say it's looking promising because Fiordland's sky is exceptional. Stewart Island Rakiura was accredited in 2019. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Duck hunters have come out in force for the first day of duck shooting season. For those in Invercargill not as keen on hunting, some dancing lessons have been on offer. And a Dunedin couple have won a prestigious award for their film about banded dotterels. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we welcome Hayden Meikle. Kia ora, Hayden.
Good evening, Simon. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's a Monday, plenty happening, and a big day, a sad day really for a lot of people in Dunedin. Dave Carl, the former long-serving mayor, was farewelled today. His funeral this afternoon, and we've got some coverage from that. A lot of people there, a lot of people paying tribute to the man and what he gave to his family first and foremost, obviously, but to the city of Dunedin. So we'll have some coverage of that and following up with a full obituary for Dave, which he certainly deserves. And another mayor, Sir Tim Shadbolt, well, he's never far away from the news, is he, Tim? He has been raising the possibility again of taking his own council to court over this technology training issue, which is rather interesting. I think that our readers down south will be keenly interested in the latest Sir Tim Shadbolt news, as indeed they will be around the region interested in our latest story about the STHB, radiation oncology waiting lists this time, 157 people on that waiting list, 157 and counting, of course.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the situation and what's going on with radiation oncology at the hospital, because that's a real concern. And an interesting story about an albatross. Now, of course, they're interesting creatures at the best of times, but this is about one of the unusual items of food, I guess, that a baby albatross rejected directly from its mother's mouth.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll leave it there. Readers can pick up the paper tomorrow to find out more. It's a rather strange little story, but it does highlight the risk of lots of strange things being found in and around the ocean for our native birds. So all that and a rather interesting court story about a social cricket game that went slightly wrong. So heaps of interesting stuff tomorrow, Simon.
Some very interesting stuff. Thanks, Hayden. And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's southern view captures Otago Harbour as seen from Mornington. Looking at the situation, a period of westerly airflow brings a few showers tomorrow as a cold front moves past the region, but incoming high pressure delivers a rapid clearance with several days of fine weather to follow. Travelling to the northwest of the South Island, Westport experiences showers and 14 degrees. It's wetter and ever so slightly warmer in Greymouth, rain and 15 degrees. Across to the north of the South Island, where it's quite a different story, Nelson and Blenheim can enjoy the sun on 18 and 19 degrees respectively. Moving down to Canterbury, it's truly on the sunny side, only Ashburton experiencing partial cloud. Kaikoura reaches 17 degrees, Christchurch and Ashburton both on 19. Looking at what's in store for the southern towns along the coast, the Catlins and Balclutha are in for southwesterly change, bringing showers and a high of 17 degrees. Further inland, Balclutha and Lumsden can expect that southwesterly change too, with rain easing and a chilly high of just 15. Travelling westwards to the Central Lakes, Wanaka and Queenstown should expect fresh westerlies with late showers and a high of 17 degrees. It'll be dry in Alexandra with fresh westerlies and high cloud and a high of 19. Rain will ease in Te Anau with a southwesterly change and a high of 14 degrees. Looking at the northern towns, it'll be warm along the coast, Oamaru with moderate northwesterlies, high cloud and a high of 21 degrees and an impressive 25 degrees for Timaru. It'll be cooler inland, just 18 degrees for Twizel and Omarama with cloud increasing and fresh northwesterlies. In Dunedin, it should be fine tonight with northerly winds and an overnight low of 9 degrees. There'll be a few sunny periods early tomorrow, but high cloud increasing and thickening during the morning with moderate to fresh northwesterly winds developing and temperatures becoming warmer. A change to cooler southwesterlies tomorrow evening may bring a few brief showers, a high of 19 and a low of 5. It should be mostly fine and sunny on Wednesday with pleasant temperatures and light to moderate northeasterly winds, a high of 17 and a low of 6. And in Invercargill, there'll be cloud increasing tonight with an overnight low of 10 degrees. Cloudy tomorrow with some rain developing during the morning and northwesterlies freshening, easing to showers and cooler southwesterlies from early afternoon. Showers should start clearing tomorrow night, a high of 15 and a low of 5. And it'll be fine on Wednesday with sunny periods and some cloud and moderate westerly winds, a high of 15 and a low of 8 degrees. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Nō reira kia pai te pō, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.